Welcome back to a new video. Tonight we are covering something which we have not covered previously. This is a crypto, it is called XRP, it's also known as Ripple. Well, I think it's interesting the way that this one has been moving very recently. If you look at this one on the charts, we can see in the past week or two we have seen a lot of growth. Today, massive growth coming in, and that has been the case for a considerable amount of time now. There are many different reasons for that, but looking at where we are now with XRP, we're in a very interesting position, and the question is, how high can this one go? If we do look at the charts, if we can zoom out as far as the 1 year mark, if not further, we can see we've not really been this high for a very long time. So it really is significant that XRP is breaking up this high, and again the question just is, how high can it go? Well, nobody knows for sure, and I am not a financial advisor, keyword being not, so if you do want to hear my personal opinion, make sure to watch this video all the way through to the end. If you may enjoy it, also subscribe, because we are trying to grow the channel, and we do need to get as many subscribers as possible to do that, so thank you for everybody that has subscribed so far. Let's just keep it going forwards. But yes, we're going to jump into this one, looking at some news, especially around the lawsuit, and again, around cryptos in general. So we're going to start off with this generalized post. This is coming from kitco.com, and it's talking about the fact that cryptocurrencies have seen transactions grow by 300% in only 2 years. That is a very big deal. This, as I have spoken about in my other 2 crypto videos today, it just shows the amount of, potential that cryptos as a whole do have. They really do have some use going forwards. I think they do actually have a place in our society at the moment. So I'm very happy that crypto as a whole spending has gone up massively and transactions have increased. This is fantastic. I think going forwards it puts a lot of our favourite cryptos in an interesting position. Now another thing which is interesting is coming from this Twitter page. It is called Lunar Crush, social listing for cryptocurrencies. Again, the name pretty much explains everything that you need to know, but if we do have a quick look on their site, we can see by scrolling down, they have basically updated, and they usually do that every single day or so. They update the most popular cryptos at the moment, or even just the most popular trending searches. So again, this is top 10 trending searches as of 10:53 AM UTC, and this is on Lunar Crush. Right, so this is very interesting. If we do look at this chart, we can see obviously at the top we have this VRA. Then moving down, one that we may know is Dogecoin. Moving down a bit further, we have BNB. And just below that, in 5th position, middle of the board, is XRP. So why is this significant? Well, it still shows that, XRP is trending in a middle spot. It's not the top, it's not the bottom. It's in a fairly decent spot, and I think that this does show there is a lot of interest around XRP. Again, it finished so far at that time above Cardano ADA, which was 6th in this list. But yeah, there is still a lot of interest around this currency, and this really is reflecting today in the price. We have seen the price of this and a few other cryptos actually rocket today, which is great. So if we do have a quick look on these charts and refresh the page, we can see that now the price really is up big. It's coming down a little bit in the past few moments, but regardless, it has been up big today so far. So we hit highs today, which were in the $1.80 range. And that is a good start, I do believe. Going forwards, we have a lot of potential. If you look at this one over the past 5 days, things have been picking themselves up slowly, but again, really starting to build momentum into today, which is great as well. If we look at this one over the past month, we can see that since about April, very early April that is, since about the 3rd, I would realistically say, we have seen this growth start to pick up, and we were sat at a price of about 50 cents, and again, now we're over $1 past that, so really fantastic. And for those of you who haven't, watched Ripple for a long time, or who haven't heard of XRP perhaps before, or have heard of it many years ago, it's interesting because I remember just a few months ago, this cryptocurrency was quite flat. It was trending in this range of about 20 cents, let's say between 20 and 30 cents for the longest time, not much happening, but now we can see it really is starting to spike up. And personally, I do think it does have potential to stay in this range. Again, it could drop by a small amount. I definitely think it could drop as low as $1.50. But if we can stay up this high, if we can remain, above the $1.50 mark, we're in a great position for Ripple. Now, we have had a lot of news, obviously, related to this court case. Again, if you haven't heard of this court case, or if you want a little update on it, we're going to read this article down here, which basically discusses everything that you should know. This article is coming from Forecast, that is how it is spelled, and again, you can see their web address on screen. But yes, let's have a quick read starting from here. Right, so what is significant? Well, last December, the SEC filed a lawsuit against Ripple, alleging that its sale of XRP was an unregistered securities offering worth $1.38 billion. The SEC also named Ripple's executive chairman, Chris Larsen, and CEO Brad Garlinghouse, I believe that is, as co-defendants for allegedly aiding and abetting Ripple's violation and making 600 million USD in profits from the unregistered sales of XRP. You can see there big claims for XRP, big things, really are in the works at the moment. Again, if we read this in a bit more detail down here, in a letter to the judge in March, lawyers' defense from Garlinghouse, I believe that is, and Larsen as well, had argued that the SEC's multi-front attempt to troll through individual defendants' personal finance information is a non-fraud litigation, where the defendants have already agreed to produce relevant information regarding the challenged transactions, is a wholly inappropriate overreach. So again, that is basically telling us things that we need to know. A bit further down, we can see in her 10-page ruling, Judge Netburn noted that the case is in its beginning stages, which is true, and the SEC's rush to serve requests and subpoenas seeking duplicative information of records already promised is premature at best. So basically that tells us what we are saying. Basically this is coming from Judge Netburn apparently, who is saying this. So that is really interesting. We can see down here, apparently the court is not convinced that personal banking records would show or even could show what the SEC claims they would. Individual violations of Section 5, the judge wrote. So that is interesting as well. If we move up a little bit, we can see some more information that we might want to know. If we do have a quick read up here, we can see on Friday, US Magistrate Court Judge Sarah Netburn rejected the SEC's demand for up to 8 years of personal finance information of Chris Larsen, Ripple's co-founder and executive chairman, and Brad Garlinghouse, Ripple's chief executive officer. So again, if you do have a quick read of what that means, it says that they have denied or at least rejected the SEC's demand for 8 years of personal financial information. Is this a big deal? It kind of is a big deal. It's not the most, important information, but it just shows, what the judge is apparently saying is perhaps that what the SEC are claiming, or at least want to find, is not necessarily relevant to the case, as it might not be able to present what they think it could, the SEC that is. So that is interesting. If we move over here as well, one thing which is also quite interesting is this article, which was published on the 13th. So, of course, that was today. So, realistically, not too long ago. XRP soars 28% as Ripple executive motion to dismiss the SEC suit. Now, if you guys do watch the channel a lot and watch our HTMC videos, you will know motion to dismiss is not necessarily the biggest deal unless this one does actually, happen. If they do get this motion to dismiss granted and the lawsuit goes, in their favour, this will be fantastic. Because if the case does get dismissed, it would mean that things don't necessarily go through, from my understanding at least. So a lot is on the table now for XRP. There are big allegations being made, but again, we will have to see what does happen. Ultimately, what we can tell is that XRP has soared because of this, and that is good. Like I have just mentioned, if the case does get dismissed, we definitely could see Ripple start to rise by a massive amount. Today, cryptos as a whole have been on the rise, which is fantastic, so that's good, and XRP is no exception. I think going forwards we're in a great position with XRP. I think it is a bit precarious. Again, if this lawsuit does not go in their way, we definitely could see XRP's price plummet by a large amount. If it does go in their way, we could see things go in their favour. In my opinion, looking at what I have seen, I still do believe that XRP does have a strong, they have a strong argument in their favour. I think there is a lot of potential that things really could work out in the way that they would like them to. So hopefully that is the case, and we can see XRP continue to rise. If we look at where we are in this board here, coming from coinmarketcap.com, we can read that the fourth largest cryptocurrency by market cap is actually Ripple. So realistically, we're dealing with a large crypto anyway, and there is some real potential, some real stakes on the table now to see XRP potentially rocket into the future, or, you know, plummet to the ground, or at least fall by a large amount. All we know so far is that XRP is up massively today. The same can be said recently. If we can zoom out a little bit, we can see again this growth is not slowing down. If anything, it's picking up speed, and we have now broken past the $1.80 range once more. So the question for this video is, can XRP continue to rise? Are we going to see this one pass past the $2 range, and is tomorrow going to be a positive day? Well, nobody knows for sure, but I will be back with another update very soon. Again, I tried to do my best in this video to discuss everything in a very, very quick way, so I tried to make it, you know, as quick as possible. If you enjoyed, make sure to give it a like. If I did miss anything, make sure to tell me in the comment section, and I will be back seeing you all again very, very soon.